He was very committed to regional integration. And as you know, President Kaunda was very committed to the liberation movements. He believed that, going outside to look for resources is not the right thing. So create a bank, let it grow so that it starts financing the development processes within the region.
Many African countries today face serious problems of poverty.
Given the dynamism of the leadership, where we are heading is even brighter. So I see a vibrant bank. I see a bank that is really respected in the region, that is working with its members very closely. And I see a bank that is going to be a global player because it's now able to attract funds from literally all major sources of funding.
The beauty of a bank like TDB is that it's able to identify the challenges of every individual member, but put them in the context of the mission of COMESA, which is economic integration.
What is important for us is that TDB, as a major local player, he can leverage EIB's financial strength, and being a sister IFI, he can operate on the ground, being closer to the institutions, to the governments, to the corporate world, and they can better utilize EIF funding in the way that we have our shared goals.
I was always fascinated the way TDB has developed over the years. TDB acting as an intermediary in the capital market between the entrepreneurs, investors and the bank is in between. And I think this is especially important to have institutions like TDB because TDB is a local institution. It's rooted in the area, it knows the area, it knows the political circumstances, it knows the private sector, it knows the business opportunity. It's much better adapted than an outside institution.
Where I stand today, if there is a success story in Africa, I can think about the story of TDB and a success story.
And because you all have the local knowledge and understanding of what is needed from a local point of view, and yet have that sophistication of what is needed from a finance point of view, and those of us that are making the investment, it's a great combination of technical skills. So that's what we're looking for. It's exactly what TDB has.
This is also a perfect opportunity for U.S. companies and African companies that are seeking to develop joint projects and partnerships can look to TDB to provide support.
Even that time when we had our own challenges, we had our own shocks, TDB was there. And they came, they had maybe every year they would come physically. We'll sit down, we'll discuss, understand our problem and say, okay, here's a facility. And we used to draw on the facility from that time promptly.
The Trade Development Bank is, as we move forward, an innovative bank that has disrupted the way people think. And the advantage they have is also that they have moved in terms of credit rating with all the agencies.
It pains me to see that we only import about 5% of our import is from Africa. And from our total exports, it's less than 20, and probably about 18.5 of our export goes to the region. That has to change. That has to change.
Now, TDB might be a financial institution, and therefore you might think that you are actually carrying financial institution risk. But the truth of the matter is that TDB does a lot more business in the different sectors of the economy, and also does a lot of exposure in the different countries. So what TDB does is that it enables us to take on the risks that are available and the opportunities that are available for investment in some of the other countries where we aren't able to do that ourselves.
I've watched TDB over a fairly long period of time do its work. Not to take anything away from the predecessors, but under the presidency of the current president, Admasu, TDB has really gone through a transformation. It's not just a change, and it's not just a reform, it's a quantum leap.
I think really and I have commended him for what he has done. He's done very well, and I personally, I'm very proud that the bank has grown in leaps and bounds. And indeed, for anyone who has left an institution, to see that institution grow phenomenally, it gives such a person a source of pride.
Well, you know, we have a very good tradition at TDB where we build on the decades that we all inherit, and so different people enter the bank at different times, and of course I had the privilege of coming in just as the bank was beginning to really move forward in terms of growth and profitability, and so it was an excellent inheritance in that sense. And of course, every bank has its challenges. My predecessor had bigger challenges. For me, I really was in a position where I could consolidate the stabilization of the bank and then really put it on a trajectory of transformation. So it's been, it was a seamless transition. We work very well with my predecessor. He remains a source of counsel for the bank. He's a person who has wisdom to offer because he spent 3 decades in the bank, and so he knows so much about the bank and the history.
When I was thinking about what to say about the president, I had to look back years ago when I first met him. I saw a visionary leader, but he's able to implement that vision. And they usually say a vision with no strategy is a dream. For me, I have seen the president with a vision, with a strategy, and he's able to achieve his dream, which was investment grade in the last 7 years.
Et je pense aussi que le conseil d'administration, mais aussi les gouverneurs, ont eu se sentent partis à cette vision, à cette stratégie, et aussi parce que le président a su donner confiance aux différents partenaires de la banque, qui maintenant croient en cette vision et en cette stratégie.
Well, to the up-and-coming people, I mean, I can really only ask them to first of all keep doing what they have been doing to get there, to get here in the first place. And after that, it's to really focus and to commit yourself, you know, to read more, you know. A lot of information is literally there in plain sight about the bank, you know, what kind of work it does, where we're trying to be by 2022, where we were before that.